Okay, apologies for the delay. This is KV4S. Calling all amateur radio operators. Please stand by for the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. This net meets each Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Time in support of the University of Alabama's Amateur Radio Club. You do not have to be a member of UARC to check in, and all licensed amateur radio operators are encouraged to participate. This is KV4S. My name is Russell, and I'm located in Chelsea, Alabama, and I will be your net control station for this session. Stations with emergency or priority traffic are welcome to break the net at any time. The University Amateur Radio Club thanks Fred, W5MGM, for facilitating IRLP, Echolink, and All-Star connectivity for the net, and Owen, W3NH, and the North Alabama Repeater Association for use of their IRLP nodes. A list of participating nodes and repeaters are available at n4lx.com/UARC. Are there any business or announcements for the net?
Let's see, K4CWW.
Go ahead, Barry.
Okay, unfortunately I lost my notes. I had them on the computer. I got an email reminding me about the Birmingham Hamfest, which is not too far away. I tell you what, if you'll give me a minute, I'll see if I can pull up the announcement. We might as well start publicizing it. We've been, the K4CWW cruel hoax and haven't been able to go to Hamfest in a while, so let me look it up. I'll come back and tell you. Okay, unfortunately I lost my notes. I had them on the computer. I got an email reminding me about the Birmingham Hamfest, which is not too far away. I tell you what, if you'll give me a minute, I'll see if I can pull up the announcement. We might as well start publicizing it. We've been, the K4CWW cruel hoax. Man, I'm doing great. I hit the wrong button on the keyboard here. Okay, stand by. Okay, I'm ready. You want me to go ahead?
Yes, sir. You're faster than I am. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry I wasn't really organized on this, but I've been thinking we need to start having some announcements of things going on and coming up and all during the nets, and this one popped up in my mailbox today, so reminder that the Birmingham Amateur Radio Club Hamfest is going to be on March the 4th and 5th, 2020. The doors are going to open at 4 p.m. on Friday and close at 7, but then the main Hamfest day is going to be Saturday. They will not be there on Sunday, but Hamfest will open at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday and will close at 4 p.m. The location is the Trustville Civic Center, the Trustville Civic Center. You can find that on Google. There will be a talk-in on 146.88, the tone 88.5. Admission this year is going to be $10, and this includes one prize ticket. And you may want to consider children under 12 are free. You may want to consider buying a couple of prize tickets because the grand prize is an ICOM IC7300, which everybody either has or is drooling about. The drawing for the 7300 will be at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and the winner does not have to be present to win, and there'll be some hourly prizes too. So that's Birmingham Hamfest, Trustville Civic Center, March 4th and 5th. The 5th is Saturday, and that's the main day. Back to net control.
All right, Barry, thank you for that. And yeah, I agree. I think it's useful to have several announcements available on these nets to help get the word out about what's ham related and all that going on around us. So thank you for that. Any other announcements? Oh, goodness, I closed my preamble again. One moment. Okay. So, no further announcements or business items. We will begin taking check-ins. Up first is Tuscaloosa. Anyone on the Tuscaloosa node? I've already got K4CWW. Anyone else?
This is Kilo Mike 4 Victor Papa Golf. Kilo Mike 4 Victor Papa Golf. Douglas at Fayette. Roll Tide roll.
November 8, Golf Victor Fox, N8 GVF Mark, and KC8 ZTH, Kilowatt Charlie 8 Zulu Tango Hotel, Laura.
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Juliet Alpha, Allen in Northport. I'm not going to be able to stick around for the net, but I did want to check in.
Oh,
Kilo
let me
India
make sure
5, Romeo Victor X-Ray, Connor in Tuscaloosa.
Let's hold up there. Alright, I was checking call signs. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Juliet Alpha. Do I have that down correctly?
That's correct.
Okay, and then Connor, I missed yours. Give me that one again.
It's Kilo India 5, Romeo Victor X-Ray.
Okay, I'm caught back up. Any others, Tuscaloosa?
This is November 4, Foxtrot, Juliet, Bravo, Jeff, and Coker.
Control, this is. Control, this is Kilo 4, Uniform Delta X-Ray.
Alright, let's run this list and make sure I got everybody. First up, I've got K4CWW, W3NH. They were my early check-ins. And then I had KM4VPG, N8GVF, KC8ZTH, KO4OJA, KI5RVX, N4FJB, and KK4UDX. Any others in the Tuscaloosa area?
Yes, this is Kilo Delta 2 Yankee Kilo Tango, Jonathan in Tuscaloosa.
Alright, we picked up Jonathan, KD4YKT. Anyone else, Tuscaloosa?
This is Jonathan. I think you copied that down, or I might have said it wrong. Kilo Delta 2 Yankee Kilo Tango.
Yes, I believe I wrote that down right. Kilo Delta 2 Yankee Kilo Tango. Is that right?
Affirmative, that's correct.
All right, good deal. Nice turnout for Tuscaloosa. Anyone else? Tuscaloosa area node. All right, hearing no additionals for Tuscaloosa, let's move on to Birmingham. I've already got Owen, W3NH. Anyone else in the Birmingham area? Call now.
This is Kilo Delta 4 Golf Sierra, KD4GS, Shelby County.
This is Kilo 4 Delta X-Ray Yankee, Dave in Center Point. Good evening.
This is November 4, Kilo Delta X-Ray, Tim in Kenton.
All right, let's see. We got KD4GS Jimbo, K4DXY David, and Tim N4KDX. Thank you for checking in. And don't forget, if you're unable to check in over the air, we've also got web check-ins available at n4lx.com/UARC. n4lx.com/UARC and click the big check-in button. All right, any others? Birmingham. All right, hearing no additional check-ins from the Birmingham area, let's go to Coleman and Huntsville. Anyone on the Coleman or Huntsville nodes, call now.
Alpha Charlie 4, Lima Alpha.
All right, picked up AC4LA. Pete, thank you for joining us tonight. Any others, Coleman or Huntsville?
This is Kilo November 4 India Sierra Uniform, Nate from Madison.
All right, let's hold up there. I turned my volume up, though I wasn't hearing you very well. There was a Kilo November 4 station. What was the rest of that?
My name is Nate, and I'm in Madison.
All right, got Nate in Madison. I'm still missing the call sign. Make sure you key up in about 2 or 3 seconds before you talk. I'm wondering if it's getting cut off or something. All I've got so far is a Kilo November 4 on the call sign.
Okay, sorry about that. It's Kilo November 4 India Sierra Uniform.
QSL, I got it that time. KN4ISU, Nate, thanks for checking in with us. Any others, Coleman or Huntsville? All right, that takes us through Alabama nodes. So we'll go to anyone, anywhere, not yet acknowledged.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Alpha Quebec Whiskey. Carl, Maryville, Illinois.
All right, we picked up Carl, WA4AQW. Thanks for sticking in with us, Carl. Any others outside of Alabama or anyone not yet acknowledged?
This is Whiskey Alpha 4, Uniform Oscar Alpha, Todd in Huntsville.
All right, I believe I picked up a Whiskey Alpha 4 Uniform Oscar Alpha. Is that correct?
That is correct. WA4 UOA, Todd in Huntsville, Alabama. Clear.
All right, Todd, thanks for checking in with us. Anyone else? Anyone, anywhere? All right, I got myself a little out of order on the preamble, but I did have some trivia tonight. So you don't get quite as much time to think on it, but here we go. Question number 1. So tonight, this was the reason I picked the topics I did for the questions. We had a little bit of severe weather roll through the state today. It's still actually going through further south of us. We had some severe weather, so I thought I'd pick out some trivia on weather, since we typically do ham radio topics or Alabama football trivia, but just for something different, we're going to try some weather trivia. Hopefully these aren't too hard. They seem fairly straightforward, at least for the first read through. Question number 1, what was the name of the scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure? Is it A, a thermometer, B, a barometer, C, a hydrometer? I maybe shouldn't have picked these. Pronouncing them may be my issue tonight. Question number 2, what do we use as an anemometer to measure? Or what do we use an anemometer to measure? Is it A, rainfall, B, visibility in fog, or C, wind speed? Question number 3, in which year was the first weather satellite launched? A, 1949, B, 1959, or C, 1969? So if you need these reread, let me know. I did send these in to be posted, but I don't believe they made it up at the time of the net. So I'll check that a little bit later, but hopefully that'll work. Perry, you're up first, K4CWW. How's everything been going in your neck of the woods? And take a stab at this trivia.
Okay. K4VS, K4CWW. Well, thanks for calling the net tonight. I'm proud to be here among a bunch of fine group of Americans. You can't always find a fine group of Americans these days, but we got one, and we're hanging out together, so that's good. On the trivia, I hate to tell you this, I went subconscious. I'm working on trying to write a computer program over here, and I had a little thing that needed to pay attention to, and I did. I kind of heard you mumbling, and I don't think the questions were too bad, but I'm not going to ask you to reread them right away. That would be impolite. That would be ridiculous is what it would be, so if you'll forgive me, I'll take a pass on the trivia and let some other people get them all right tonight. I'm sure some will. And, yeah, I'm enjoying a week in Tuscaloosa. I've got tax stuff spread out on the sofas and all the tables and everything, because with Will being sick and me being in two places, I went all year and was really negligent about keeping up my records and filing everything away and putting it in notebooks. So I'm dug in like an Alabama tick doing that. So back to you, Russell, K4CWW, Tuscaloosa.
All right, Perry. Well, good deal. Good luck with the computer program. I know those things aren't always cooperative. I'll call on you later on if you want to give it a try. I'm sure out of the 18 people, we'll have to repeat these at some point. So just hang in there. Owen's up next, W3 and H.
Reread for 2 and 3.
Absolutely, not a problem. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a cough going on, so I'm stumbling through this as I read it, and I'm having to unkey from time to time, so bear with me. Question 2 and 3. Question 2, what do we use an anemometer for? Is it A, measure rainfall, B, visibility in fog, or C, wind speed? And then question 3, in which year was the first weather satellite launched? A, 1949, B, 59, or C, 69?
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow tonight. Number 2, what was answer C?
Wind speed.
Okay, thank you. My answers are Roll Tide, Bravo, Charlie, Charlie.
All right, Owen, got you down for the good old Roll Tide and a Bravo, Charlie, Charlie. Douglas is up next, KM4 VPG.
KM4 VPG, Douglas, Fed, Alabama, Roll Tide, roll. Good evening to the net. Hope everybody's had a good day and hope everybody survived that weather to come through. Got pretty hectic with some of the wind through here, but had a few places in Fayette that had some structure damage. Up on several other places, y'all probably seen it on the weather though, so I won't go into all that. I'm just trying to find something to talk about. But anyway, I'm going to go with Owen's answer. See, because I don't know none of them really. So hope everybody has a good night. If not, hope it gets better for them. I'll say 73 to all. And KM4 PPG back to Negative.
All right, Douglas, we got you down. Bravo, Charlie, Charlie. And I believe you had a Roll Tide. But you usually do one anyway, so I'll give it to you. N8GVF, Mark is up next. Go ahead, Mark.
Hi, good evening, everybody on the net. Trivia is appropriate tonight, and War and I differ. So my answers are Baker, Charlie, Charlie, and Laura's answers are Baker, Charlie, Baker, and we both give a big Roll Tide. NHGVF.
All right, had a little bit of static on the signal, but I think I got all of that. Trivia answers are Roll Tide, and Mark had Bravo Charlie Charlie, and Laura had Bravo Charlie Bravo. Is that correct?
That is correct. Roll Tide for both.
QFL, thank you for that. Alan's up next, KO4OJA. Go ahead, sir. He might have been short time. I forgot to write that down by somebody. But I'll call him again. KO4OJA. All right, Connor's up next. KI5RVX. Give a shout at these trivia and tell us what you've been up to.
KI5RVX. It's been a real windy and stormy day. I did have to get in the bathtub when that tornado went over South Tuscaloosa, or flew over it. It didn't land. I don't think there was any damage. But for trivia, I'm going to do Bravo Charlie Charlie, a Roll Tide, and back to you.
QFL. I hate you had to take cover, but it's good you did, and it's good you were watching it. We also headed to the basement. Shelby County went under a tornado warning for a little while, and I'm the weather nerd of the group, so I kind of saw that it wasn't really heading toward Chelsea, but they did say Chelsea on the warning specifically, so we all headed down there to be on the safe side and just kept on watching it. So yeah, can't be too careful. Got you down for a BCC and a Roll Tide. Thank you, Connor. Join us again next week. Jeff, I believe, is up next. N4FJB. Go ahead, sir.
Could I get 1 and 3 read back again, please?
Absolutely. 1 and 3. Question 1. What was the name of the scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure? Is it A, a thermometer, B, a barometer, or C, a hydrometer? And question 3. In what year was the first weather satellite launched? A, 1949, B, 1959, or C, 1969?
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go with B, C, C.
All right, I copied Bravo Charlie Charlie. Thank you for checking in with us. And Paul is next. KK4UDX. Go ahead, Paul.
K4UDX. I'm going to need you to repeat those questions for me. I was kind of breaking up. I was mobile at the time, and y'all you was breaking up, so just need to hear them again.
All right, no worries there. This is KG4S with the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Question number 1. What is the name of the scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure? Is it A, a thermometer, B, a barometer, or C, a hydrometer? And question number 2, what do we use an anemometer to measure? Is it A, rainfall, B, visibility and fog, or C, wind speed? And then question 3, in which year was the first weather satellite launched? 1949 is A, B is 1959, and C is 1969.
Okay, the first one is barometer. The second one is wind speed, and I'm going to guess on the third is 1959, and throw in the roll tide. KK4UDX.
All right, I had to wait for my node to finish IDing there. Jonathan is up next. Got you down for Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and a roll tide. Thank you, Paul. And Jonathan's up next. KD2 YKT. Go ahead.
This is Kilo Delta 2 Yankee Kilo Tango, Jonathan. I was fortunate to avoid most of the bad weather today, although I did get caught in the rain for just a short little bit this afternoon, so got a little wet. But fortunately, I think it's been warm enough that I've been able to have some shorts on and dried out pretty quickly from that. So all around, not a bad day. As for the trivia, I think I'm going to have to go with a Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and I'll throw in a roll tide.
All right, very good, Jonathan. Glad you didn't have any adverse weather. Katie, also, I got you down for a Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and a roll tide. Thank you for that. Jimbo is up next, KD4GS.
All right, priorities. 1, thank you for calling in net. 2, you're doing a great job. 3, roll tide. 4, it bothers me that my answers mirror Owen's, but I'm going to go with Bacardi and Cola. And the last one, I'm going to say C to get the correct answer, but you need to subtract 9 years and make it Taurus 1 as the first satellite. KD4GS, back to net control.
All right, Jimbo, thank you for that. Got you down for a roll tide and a Bacardi something. BCC, thank you for that. And thank you for checking in with us again this week. David is up next, K4DXY. Thank you. Good to hear you on RF tonight. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you and good evening. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here. Sorry about that. Injured my leg once again this month. I think I'm getting a little clumsy in my old age. Seems like I get hurt about every single month. Anyway, I will probably be attending the Ham Fest. I'm going to see if I can acquire my general license. I think after 9 years of being a ham, it's about time that I upgrade. So I'm going to see how I do on that. Anyway, I had to take a bunch of pain medication tonight, so I'm a little loopy, so you have to excuse me. Anyway, I will say good evening and roll tide.
All right, David, thank you for checking in with us. Sorry to hear about the leg. I know injuries are no fun, no matter what kind they are. I didn't get any trivia answers. Did you want to take a shot at those?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Told you I was a little loopy. Yeah, let me try Bravo Charlie Charlie. Appreciate that.
No problem. Got you down, Bravo Charlie Charlie, and the good old Roll Tide. Tim is up next, N4, if I can read this, N4 KDX. Go ahead. He might have been a short time as well. N4 KDX. Tim, go ahead. I believe he was in Pinson.
Net control W3 and H. I leave early.
All right, thank you for that, Owen. Pete is up next, AC4LA.
Yeah, good evening, Russell and the net. I'm out here in the dark trying to straighten out my 6-meter loops. But anyway, I'm going to go with Bravo, Alpha, Bravo, and Roll Tide. But anyway, thanks for calling the net, and thanks to Michael. I'm sitting out here in the dark trying to straighten out antennas. Anyway, AC4LA, back to net. Thank you very much. Oh, and Roll Tide, I forgot. I'm sorry.
I think you told me Roll Tide the first time, unless I just wrote it down prematurely. But we got it. Bravo, Alpha, Bravo, and a Roll Tide for Pete. Thank you for that. Let's see, Nate is up next, KN4 ISU. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, and good evening to the net. My answers to the trivia are down. Bravo, Charlie, Bravo.
All right, very good, Nate. Bravo, Charlie, Bravo. Thanks for checking in with us, and as always, join us again next week. Carl is up next, WA4AQW. How's everything going, Carl? And give a stab at these trivia questions.
KV4S and the net. This is WA4AQW. Good evening, Russell, and good evening to all on frequency. Sorry to hear about stormy weather there in central Alabama. I hope everybody got through it without damage or any injuries. We've got a little weather here in southern Illinois this morning, and part of the afternoon we had freezing rain and sleet, followed by about 2 inches of snow. So everything outside is frozen solid and just as slick as it can be. Our current outside temperature is 21, and the low forecast for tonight is a chilly 9 degrees. So we'd certainly like to get out of this stream of winter weather. It's been kind of bad for the last couple of weeks. As far as trivia goes, we'll go with Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and Roll Tide. Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and Roll Tide. Back to net, KV4S. This is WA4AQW.
All right, Carl, very good. Yeah, our weather is supposed to cool off after this front rolls through, but I don't think we're getting down that low. That's cold. We don't envy that down here. Got you down for a Bravo, Charlie, Bravo, and a Roll Tide. Thank you for that. Todd is up next, WA4UOA. Let's see, Whiskey Alpha 4, Uniform Oscar Alpha, WA4UOA. Go ahead, sir. Alright, that might have been short time as well. So, I wanted to go back up to Perry, K4CWW. Did you want to take a stab at the trivia? Now that we've heard them a few times, or do I need to, I can go through them again too, not a problem.
K4CWW, well, I don't want to be rude. I have been listening out of one ear because this thing isn't working right, working on this thing, but and I hate it when I make you connect the answer with a letter, so at the risk of turning a good answer into something stupid, I'll go with CCA, I guess. CCA, over.
Alright. The only thing stupid is not trying. But you tried, so there you go. K4CWW, CCA, Charlie Alpha. Thank you for that. Well, that takes us to the very bottom of the list. We got 18 check-ins so far. Let's see if we can add a few more. Anyone, anywhere. Call now. This is KV4S with the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Any additional check-ins? Anyone, anywhere? I'm also checking the web check-ins, and I don't see any new emails. So if you can't check in over RF, you're more than welcome to come in that way too. N4LX.com/UARC has the link to that. There's a big old check-in button on there. N4LX, November 4 Lima X-ray.com/UARC, Uniform Alpha Romeo Charlie. Anyone else? I see a key up. Anyone else? All right, I think everybody's waiting in anticipation of these answers. So I'll go through them. We had a lot of winners tonight, which I had a feeling we would. I didn't think the questions were terribly difficult. One of them was kind of up for grabs since it was a year you had to choose, and they were all close together. So if you really, that was going to be a guess for most people anyway. So with that, we'll go over the trivia answers and reveal the winners. You don't win anything other than satisfaction. What is the name of the scientific instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure? That was a barometer. Answer B, a barometer. And what do we use an anemometer to measure? It is wind speed. Answer C, wind speed. And then question 3, the first year of the satellite, in which year was the first weather satellite launched? It was B, 1959. That was a little earlier than I expected when I saw the answer, but that was it, at least according to the page I got this from. So the correct answers were Bravo, Charlie, Bravo. And like I said, most everybody got this right if they had the roll tide. The ones that did not need the roll tide were Laura, KC8ZTH, and Paul, KK4UDX, Jonathan, KD2YKT, and Carl, WA4AQW. So you got it all right, and most of you had a roll tide and an extra credit on top of that. So pat yourselves on the back. You scored all you could score, and we had a lot of runners up. That's for sure. Almost everybody got Bravo Charlie or Charlie Bravo at the end. So very good. Perry struck out on his, unfortunately. So with that, we're getting down to the bottom of the list. Do we have any other comments or additional information before we start the closeout? All right. Gave us 18 check-ins total. Thank you for everyone who participated tonight. If you have any comments or questions regarding this net or to volunteer as regular or backup net control, please contact Perry Wheelis at k4cww@comcast.net or Michael Tucker at n4lx@n4lx.com. Thank you for everyone who makes our weekly net possible, and to each of you for participating in the net this evening. Please join us again next Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time for the University Amateur Radio Club Net. At 8:50 p.m. Central Time, this net is closed and these frequencies, nodes, repeaters, and reflector are returned to normal amateur use. This is KV4S. Roll Tide.